Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title, I want to talk about the reason why so many people always leave Qatar, and this is from my own research. I'm sure if you want to come here, you also want to know why people leave at some point in life. So make sure you watch this video till the end to know that. And if you haven't subscribed, or if you're a new subscriber to my channel, please make sure you're subscribed, like, share and comment. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and supporting me. Without wasting time, let me just jump straight into the video because I've written everything down, and I want to make this video as simple and as short as possible. So let's dive into it. So guys, my first reason of why a lot of people always leave Qatar after living here and working here, your job is always attached to your employer. So you're not here like you didn't sponsor yourself, like you have a sponsor. So your job is what keeps you here. So there is no way that you can leave your job and live your life, because you have to be under a sponsorship, and it's always under a contract. So when that contract ends, you might have to leave, or you have to renew the contract, or try to find another job, of which even if you find another job, you'll still be attached to another employer. In case you don't get a job that period, then you have to leave. Your life here is always attached to your job. Even if you come here with a husband visa, like your husband is sponsoring you, still your husband is under an employer, and that employer is the sponsor, is the main sponsor. So once your husband's job is finished, then you have to leave with your husband. You can't stay here because your husband left, not unless you have a job and there is nothing permanent that will keep you here, or you cannot get a citizenship that will make you to live in this country forever. Once your contract is finished, then you say bye-bye to this country. So another reason that people always leave Qatar is because the hassle of changing jobs. So if you're planning to change your job, you have to go, it's the same point I was saying, you have to go through changing of sponsorship. So sometimes you can find that the sponsorship you came with to Qatar is holding you so that you cannot even change to another sponsorship. So this works like this. In case you came with a job and you're under this company, they are your sponsor. So you get another job and you're planning to change to that other job. You find out that this sponsor, the rules that doesn't let you to transfer to another sponsor while you are inside Qatar. So you will have to end the contract with this company, and they will not give you an NOC for you to transfer to another company. So you'll have to leave and then come back with the other company, which is like a long process, and some people always get discouraged because you might even go and this company that had promised you to give you a job, they again change their mind, because also it's another process for them to just send you visa from Kenya or from wherever you are to come back here. So the whole process always make people feel like it's too much and they just have to leave. They have no choice. And this is the reason I was telling you that your job is always attached to your employer. The sponsorship, if you want to transfer the sponsorship, it's a long process, and sometimes this sponsorship, they cannot come together. Like if you came here with a company, this company will not let you to transfer to another company. They will tell you, you just have to go back to your country because we are the ones who brought you here. You have to go back to your country for you to transfer to the company that you want to. So it's not an easy thing, and that's what always makes people to just leave and go, because it can be stressful, trust me. And so many people get discouraged with that. It's so stressful. So another thing that always makes people to leave this country is the cost of living. So you might come here with a job and then maybe you don't get accommodation. So you know the cost of living in this country is a bit expensive. You know, the country itself is like the richest country, so it's a bit expensive. Cost of living is very high, and you can find out that your salary does not like balance with the lifestyle here. So you feel like you are overworking and you are not saving. So this makes a lot of people, at some point you feel like it's not adding up, and you feel like it's better you just go to another country, or you just leave and come back with another job if you get any that pays you well. This is always discouraging to a lot of people, because you come here, you find a job, and after once you start living in this country, you feel like it's so expensive. The transport is so expensive, the lifestyle here is so expensive, rent is expensive, like some of the things are very expensive. So you can find out that the salary you are getting doesn't match the lifestyle here. So a lot of people tend to leave the country because of that, just because it's expensive. Anyway, it also depends. Some people are getting good salary, so they are good, but if you're not getting a good salary, then you will feel discouraged and you'll just want to leave. Another thing that always make people leave this country is it's not family oriented place. It's a very good place. Qatar is very beautiful, everything is so good. The reason I'm saying is not family oriented is some of the benefits, like school, medication and everything. There are some of the benefits that the expat don't get, but the kind of benefits I'm talking about, they are like hospitals, schools and all that. So if you are not a Qatari, there are some of the things you won't get. You won't feel like you are getting the benefit. And sometimes it can be so expensive for you because you have a family living here and schools are so expensive and hospitals are so expensive. So when I say that it's not like a family oriented place, you can't come here and have a normal life as other people. And especially if you're not getting a good salary, you will find out that it's not a family oriented place for you, because if your company is not at least giving you some allowance of accommodation or school for your kids, you will feel like everything is hard for you because you will have to pay everything by yourself and it can be so expensive. So what I'm trying to say is not family oriented, because you will not get some of the benefits that people who are born here are getting, and sometimes that's what is so discouraging for some people and they just decide to leave. Another thing that always make people leave this country is the weather or the culture shock. The weather here, like I said, I've said this so many times, it's either it's hot or it's cold. So some people have never adjusted to this weather, especially during summer. I said it's so hot, like you can't even go outside and walk for 20 minutes without you sweating. Like when I'm saying sweating, is sweating. And if you're coming from a cold country, you will find weather can be a bit challenging for you, and some people cannot even adjust for even 2 or 3 months and they just decide to leave, especially if you're working on a site, if you're working in a construction company, or if you're working in an outdoor place or whichever. The weather is not that friendly. If you're not used to it, then you cannot survive here for even 6 months. And a lot of people always leave because of that. They feel like the weather for them is a no-no, like it's a no-no. I think this will be my last point, and if you feel like I've left anything out, you can just put it on the comment section. And I always say positive vibes, so you can just put anything you feel like I left out, you can put it on the comment section. So my last point is the other thing that always make people leave this country is the ability to do things, because it's a Muslim country and we have to respect their culture, you have to respect their rules. So you find that some people feel like they are so limited to do certain things, and it can be boring sometimes, because if you're coming from a free country where you are so free to do anything, you are free to wear anything, you are free to drink on the road, you are free to just do anything you want, and you come here and you find out that you can't do all those things, you feel like I have to leave, like I'm done, I have to leave. So the freedom, the ability to do certain things, like you are so limited. Like for example, you can't wear a short thing. So imagine you're coming from a free country where you can just wear a short and walk, you can just drink on the road, and here you can't do it. You must have a license for you to just buy alcohol, and clubs are closed at 2 a.m. and you are somebody who likes that lifestyle, like entertainment and stuff, and then you come here, you feel like, oh, no, you decide to leave. So yeah, that can be so boring to some people, and that's why they leave. And I say this is my last point, but I had something in mind. You can't just wake up one day like, I want to have a company here, I want to open a company, I want to invest, I want to do this and this, I want to buy a house. You can't just do things that you could do in your country here in terms of I think mortgage and everything. You can invest, like you can have a business, but there are, like I said before on my first point, even if you decide to have a business in this country, you have to have a sponsor, like somebody who is a Qatari to sponsor that business. He or she will be the sponsor to sponsor you. These are the reason. The first one, I said your job is attached to your employer. You can't just come here without a sponsor. You have to be under a sponsor. And the other thing was the hassle of changing job, like getting an NOC. Sometimes it can be time consuming. And then the lifestyle here, like it's so expensive. And then the weather, the cost of living, the weather, and you know, the benefits. Like you don't get the benefits like you are born here. And then the ability to do things, and you can't sponsor a number of family members. Like you are limited to sponsor. Even if you want to bring people here, you are limited to bring like a certain number of family members. So it can be so tricky for some people, and that's why they always leave. That's my last point, guys. That's it. Like I said, I didn't want this video to be very, very long. In case you feel like I've left anything out, you can just put it on the comment section. Also, you can ask me any question on the comment section. I will definitely discuss it on my next video. And so far, if you've watched this video, I hope you have subscribed. If you haven't, I always say I'm judging you. I hope you have subscribed to my channel, because why not? Anyway, guys, I hope to see you on my next one. Bye.